everyone, I'm guessing the vast majority of you have seen my Island of Dr Moreau review. For those of you who haven't, I'd suggest you go and check it out before you continue with this video. It's okay, I'll wait. Okay, they're not coming back. Hi, in the Island of Dr Moreau I said that the backstory of the movie was interesting enough to warrant its own video. Well, Rap Critic said it, but he was playing me and I wrote it. Anyway, I didn't actually intend to do that video, but when rewatching the review I decided it'd be pretty shitty of me to dangle it in front of your face and not actually do it. So here it is, the backstory to the 1990s Island of Dr Moreau. Mostly put together from stuff I've read and interviews and things. Australian director Richard Stanley's dream project was the Island of Dr Moreau. Even now, years later, he still loves the subject matter. He's even interviewed in the Criterion release of the Island of Lost Souls. He worked for years to get the chance to make his adaptation. He spent a long time perfecting the script and gathering his cast. Val Kilmer is the lead, Rob Morrow was Montgomery, Marlon Brando was Moreau. Even though Val Kilmer was only doing the project because he was in a multi-picture deal, everything was going well. Until Kilmer found out that his wife was divorcing him from the TV news. And Marlon Brando's private atoll was damaged by a French nuclear test. And then his daughter committed suicide. So they both attempted to quit, but couldn't, and Val Kilmer made a request that his screen time be cut by 40% so he could try and save his marriage. Now he was the lead, so that wasn't really possible, but they did offer him the role of Montgomery instead, with Rob Morrow becoming the lead. Which was great until Val Kilmer turned up on set 2 days late, having learned no lines and knowing exactly shit about his character. Brando refused to learn his lines and so used an earpiece to be fed them, which is, to be fair, typical Brando, and resulted in him randomly saying things about robberies when the receiver picked up the wrong stuff. He then decided that since Moreau was blaspheming against nature, he should be the Pope, and he should do a scene with an ice bucket on his head, possibly in an attempt to get fired. Whatever the reason was, there was massive fights between Brando and Stanley over the direction of the film. Anyway, the frictions between the actors and director got so bad that the studio decided to act, and so fired Richard Stanley, 4 days in, putting the film into yet more disarray. He was replaced by John Frankenheimer, who had a month to rewrite the script so that it satisfied himself and Brando. He also had to recast the lead because Rob Morrow decided to walk out because of his loyalty to Richard Stanley. He cast David Thewlis, who ironically was one of the actors Richard Stanley wanted but couldn't cast earlier on. Now, a month later they restarted production and Kilmer, Brando, Frankenheimer and Thewlis grew to hate each other. Some of their quotes are wonderful reading. So, apparently it was a very tense shoot. And the fact that Richard Stanley apparently didn't live very far from the location didn't help matters. He was so close by, in fact, that several times over the course of the shoot he managed to sneak onto the set in a manimal costume and be an extra. He apparently wanted to see exactly how they were fucking up his project. The filming degenerated into passive-aggressive sniping and people trying to do their jobs under extremely trying circumstances. Fairuza Balk was having such a bad time that at one point she tried to escape the movie and had to be stopped at the local airport. After filming was completed, David Thewlis refused to go to the premiere, to do any publicity or ever watch it. He had said that he'd love to explain in full details what exactly happens, but fears he'd never work again. Val Kilmer apparently apologised to Richard Stanley for his part in costing the man his dream job, and Brando didn't speak about what happened. Now, I might have some details wrong, and if so I apologise, but like I said in the review, there should be a book, a documentary, or a full movie made about the making of this film. When I said it was a mix of people going crazy and apathy from people desperate just to finish and go home, I wasn't engaging in that much hyperbole. While the movie itself is really interesting, mostly for its craziness, it's nothing compared to how it got made.